Ah, the Glow Shift dual temperature gauge. Is this the worst gauge I ever bought? Yes. Yes, it is. So when we dyno tested the Sledgehammer electric turbo, well, we found out that there may have been an issue with transmission temperature. Now, I used to have, if you recall, a 20-plus-year-old Cyberdyne water temperature gauge, and I didn't want to reconfigure my entire dashboard and all that, so I looked for a digital dual temperature gauge. There's not a whole lot of options out there, certainly nothing I could get fairly quickly, except for this thing. This thing cost like $104, $105. You can change colors on it. See, we got red. What is that, kind of like a yellow? Sort of a white, teal. Yeah, you get it. You could have the top display one color and the bottom display another color. And that's all fantastic. And I do it, except for one thing. When I shut off the power, it's supposed to remember that color. It remembers the color maybe 1 in every 20 tries. Let's turn the power back on. Nope. Back to blue. So that's a problem. But that's not the only problem. In fact, this is the second gauge, and this is where I have the biggest beef with these people. So the first gauge showed up and it was defective. In the bottom display, there were segments that wouldn't light up, were intermittent, just flickering and whatever. Here's the problem. When you take the time to wire in a gauge like this, you don't want to unwire everything because it's faulty. So what do? You make a warranty claim, right? So I contacted GlowShift. I explained the problem. And they said, okay, yeah, no problem. Just ship back your old gauge and we'll ship you a new one. I'm like, but my car's going to be down for what, like a week? You can't send something ahead of time? He's like, no, that's not how it works. I said, well, that's kind of stupid. And by the way, this is one of the things that's put us behind schedule here, this stupid gauge. Not happy about that. Not happy about the policy. So I packed this thing up, I left the dashboard of the LTD ripped apart, and sent it to them. So they sent me this one. This one, at least the segments work, but the color setting, no. Let's try it one more time here. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. Let's do some testing, because I always do some testing, because that's what I do. Let's shut it off. So one of the downsides of this particular gauge is it has to have a keep alive power all the time. And then you kind of wonder, well, first of all, it's a pain in the butt. I don't know of any other gauges that require that, but whatever. It is what it is. And you got to find a, power source that's alive the whole time. Well, fortunately, this console section I rewire all the time, so it's fairly modular in the back. I even print different 3D panels as I switch the buttons and stuff for the electric turbo around. I have this pretty well sussed out at this point. So again, the keep alive power line, that's actually down here because I want to be able to charge the electric turbo even with the power off from the massive 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery that is in the trunk. How much current does that draw? Well, not much. 0.02 milliamps. Okay, that's beyond acceptable. That's great. Except it doesn't do what it needs to do. And that's remember the color. Yeah, we're back to that godforsaken blue. Maybe it's just the green. Let's set it on red. Oh, by the way, when it's on, here's something that's kind of weird. Now it's drawing 132 milliamps through the keep alive line. That is weird. But whatever. Let's try shutting her down and turning her back on. Nope, back to blue. We'll get it. We'll get it before this is over. So let me go ahead and normalize this wiring. By the way, because it's me, I've tried all kinds of stuff to fix this. I've tried decoupling caps both on the main power and on the keep alive power. Just to prove the point that it's not the battery, I have the voltmeter here hooked up to the same battery supply or positive 12 volt supply that the meter is connected to. When I turn the key, this happens. Clearly not a voltage problem. I'm not even trying to start the car. And believe me, that battery starts the car. All right, let's try it again. We'll get you, you little bastard. All right, let's let it do its thing. red. Gotta love communist red. Looks orange on camera, though. Come on, man. Let's try this yellow. Nope. It's going to be green. It's always green. Green will be good. I love me some green. Damn. Come on, you bastard. Damn it. It's going to do it. I promise you, it's going to do it. I can feel it in my bones. And high karate. Nope. All right. This is a good one. I can smell it. Damn it. Okay. I had to take some personal time. The gauge had to take some personal time. But now we're back. And I think we're a team. Let's find out. First push. I feel good about this. Oh, damn it. I must break you. Scheiße. She's just not gonna cooperate, folks. She's just not gonna do it. I have faith. Yes! We got one! I've never been so excited in my life. That's entirely not true. Otherwise, I'd have the most pathetic life imaginable. But yeah, I am actually kind of excited about that. It actually worked. I was starting to think we wouldn't get one, but we did. So it does work almost never. Let's try it one more time. Nope. You know what's really sad is there's a bunch of YouTube videos with, people blaming their batteries, buying new batteries, replacing alternators, or at least talking about it, blaming the car's electrical system. No, I mean, look, this thing has got tons of gauges. The freaking fuel pressure gauge, that one right there, that's digital. It's got a stepper motor inside of it. And what about all the gauges for the electric turbo? If for some reason you want to buy this piece of crap, I'll put a link in the description below, but I can't suggest it. The car's been torn apart. The dashboard's been torn apart for weeks now because I'm a functioning adult who's also a parent who has stuff to do. And I'm not going to disconnect all the wiring and cable and reassemble and disassemble a million freaking times. Nor am I going to bother to send this thing back, because I don't have that kind of time to play. Now, the sensors are pretty good, as I've said. The gauge is actually kind of accurate. Don't look at it through polarized sunglasses, by the way, because it is definitely not friendly to polarized sunglasses. But I simply don't have the time, so I'm going to live with the blue. I mean, it kind of sort of matches the Innovate Air Fuel gauge anyway. They're slightly different shades, but whatever, close enough. I guess I'm just going to live with it. And once this thing fails, because it inevitably will, then I will use those sensors and make either my own readout or buy like this $14 thing off of Amazon. I don't know. It's just a disappointment. Glow shift, the disappointment of gauges. But my channel isn't, especially some of the other videos that you guys may have watched. And if you haven't, check them out. Definitely give me a thumbs up if you think it's worth it. And please go ahead and subscribe. We're going to start moving on to a whole lot of really cool science-y, develop-y stuff. I'll catch you all in the next one. Come on, one more time. Just one more. Uh-oh. Okay. Time it took like 3 button pushes to change color. Nope. Fail. I give up.